There we are. FOMO, the fear of missing out. It feels like it's more. It feels to me like I meet more people, and maybe it's an age thing. Maybe as you get older, you experience it more. Maybe when we were young and naive, we didn't think about those kind of things. But it really does feel like right now in Western society, we are in a moment in which there is this general anxiety, fear that we are going to be missing out on experiences, on things that we could, if we were wise and played our cards right, we could have and be having. And I think in just general, we aren't very satisfied. I don't meet very many satisfied people who are just calm and content with what the day brings to them, with the things that they have. And I think this has, I don't know, become a bit of an epidemic. And I think I see reasons for it. There are, the commercials that we see. This is an obvious thing. And we see way more commercials. Our kids see commercials all the time. It's not just driving around or when you're shopping or something like that, but they are on our phones and they are on our devices, and we see all the time a presentation of a different kind of life, a life in which we currently are missing out. But if we pay $19.95, we will relieve our anxiety and we will not miss out. We'll have that particular experience. And then there are the influence things that are happening, not just big influencers. I don't know, I guess they play their part, but it's the way that groups of friends and circles of acquaintances interact with each other, and they present a particular kind of life or experiences that they have, whether it's through social media or maybe just meeting up and talking, and we think, oh, I don't have that. I need that, and I'm going to end the day without getting something really, really good. Hey everybody, welcome to the Sanctus Forum. I am Michael Stewart Robb, better known as Mike. And it's been a long time since I've actually made a video. If you've actually been keeping track, this is probably the longest break that I have ever had, which was really good for me. I hope it was good for you, get to look at some other videos, do some other things. But for me, it was a long time. I had some time off. I was working on some other projects. And if you would like to know what those other projects are, there is a newsletter. And for example, in this month's newsletter, we'll be talking about letting things lie fallow. And for me, a good example is the video channel, just letting it lie fallow, and what that kind of thing can do for you. So newsletter over at Sanctus Institute can be found and signed up for, and do that. Stay in touch with us. This fear of missing out, it really, I meet very few people who are satisfied, people who are content with what has been given to them, with their days, with their weeks, who think, boy, I've got it. I've got it all. There is, for a lot of people that I meet, just this sense of, oh, if I could just squeeze a little bit more into my day. And I see that for myself. I see it, for example, in my inability sometimes to go to bed because I feel like I just haven't gotten enough good out of the day. And for other people, it may be an inability to sleep in because they have to get up and they have to experience things and have these moments which they wouldn't have if they slept more. And I do think that our inability to sleep full nights, or just in general in a week, let's say, be fully rested, is a symptom of this fear of missing out, which is plaguing society right now. And I want to get better at it. myself, and I hope that you would like to get better at it. And I've just been thinking about it for quite some time. Actually, I wanted to make this video earlier in the year, and I haven't gotten to it. And the reason is that it just dawned on me that what this fear of missing out really is. Are you ready? FOMO is not just the fear of missing out. It's really the fear of death and the fact that we are not comfortable with the fact that we will die. And that's because we don't really know what that means. We're pretty sure that it means that that's the end of experiencing. That's the end of things that we know are good, things that we value, and that therefore when this thing called death comes knocking at our door, that then really we have missed out. We've lost, and time's up. You did what you did, you got what you got, and now nothing. And I think this is a symptom of our society as a whole. This isn't just something for individuals. I think our whole society pushes this upon us. It's a sign that our society has moved further away from the viewpoint of Jesus, the way that Jesus thought about life. And there's this verse, and I can never really quite memorize it correctly, but it comes out of Hebrews 2:15, and it talks about how Jesus came to deliver people who, through fear of death, were subject to lifelong slavery. And that slavery that he's talking about is a slavery to what we see, what we can experience now. It's a slavery to needing to have these things and experiences because we know, we fear that death will come and will rob us of all ability to have those things. And that's what the fear of death is. Now, if you know a bit more about Jesus, you'll know that Jesus is the champion of resurrection. So the idea is that you get life back after you have died. And if you know anything about his life, you know that he has been resurrected. That's what he's about, and he passes that on to other people who are connected with him, and therefore these people don't need to fear death. And if you look at the early followers of Jesus, that's one of the most obvious things about them, about their movement, is that it was a movement which just looked at death and said, well, we're not worried about that anymore. But we as a society have moved away from that. We do fear death, and we have built a temple to now. Now is the only thing that really matters. And what that means is that for so many people, it's just so hard to wait. Waiting is the enemy of real life. Waiting is not something that we should be experiencing at all. We are certainly not having the good life if we have to wait. And that's why during waiting times, people have a tendency to pull out a phone or some device like that. We try to fill these waiting times with other things, minor things that we want to experience. Now, this is one of the other things about Jesus's early followers, is that they became people who could wait. They became people who could be bored, I guess. People who could say, okay, good is coming, but not yet, and we'll just wait for it. Now, I hope that I have jerked you a little bit and got you thinking about this and thinking about how you might be suffering from FOMO, and what helps to, if maybe you don't want to be helped, maybe you want to live in that kind of fear. I would recommend not, but maybe you don't need that. But for those of you who think, I don't know that I need to live in that kind of fear, I would like to know what it means to not fear death, what it means to not fear missing out, and to be content, to be a satisfied person. And for me, one of the most helpful things is just sitting or standing or walking with God. So you kind of have to know how to get into connection with God. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm sorry, this is probably the wrong video for you there. But if you do know how to do that, for me, one of the ways is really just reading things in the Bible. I have things that I like, and there are some things that challenge me, but reading things in the Bible, praying sort of with a journal, but really kind of putting myself into that position where I know God is ready, listening, and just sitting there, not really doing anything. And I'd say an hour, maybe two, and I will come to the place where I'm able to just say, this is where I am, and I am satisfied. I am connected with the God of the universe, the God who created anything good and valuable, and He's on my side. I know He's on my side. And therefore I can look at experiences that I'm not having, things that I don't have, and think, that's okay, I don't have them now. I can wait. Maybe I'll have them later. Maybe it'll take a very long time. I mean, really, there's just so little time in a day, in a week, in a year. There's no way you can experience it all. And the other thing that helps me is thinking about death. Now, I don't have to do this all the time. I've done it before, but thinking about what does death mean and what's next, really. It's not thinking about like the moment of death. It's thinking about like what really do you expect to happen? What are you looking forward to after death? Like good things. Are you looking forward to any good things? Is there any? And this may be it's a kind of study that you might go through and think about what really is going to be happening in and after death, and what can I kind of put my hope on. Let me know how you are feeling if you can be vulnerable on a YouTube channel. Let me know if you try these kind of things, whether studying about death, learning about what death is about, or just finding ways to rest in the Lord and to be still with Him. If that helps, have you tried it? Let me know. If you sign up for the newsletter, you'll be connected by email, and then you can send emails to us and let me know that way too. But until the next video, bye. I didn't say that. Does anybody still watch at this point?